Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another grounded update video where today we're going to be talking about the public test server 7.0 once again. Now, let me remind you guys that I am in the public test server. This is not a live build yet. If you want to access the public test server at the moment, you can do it for Steam by going to Steam, right-clicking on your game, and going into betas and selecting the public test server. Also, I'd like to invite every single person that's watching right now to subscribe to the channel because only 25% of you guys who actually watch these videos are actually subscribed to the channel, so I'd welcome you guys to subscribe now because I pulled out all sorts of different videos and grounded videos every day. So I'd welcome you guys to do that. But before we hop into everything, I just want to give you guys kind of an update on what all I want to go over today. Today, I want to go over the different things that it's going to require to build all the different items that are going to be in 7.0. All the new things like pollen, weed stems, changes to the map to where things have changed so you can actually put things down, where you guys go to get acorn shells, and all of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by talking about some changes to the map. So I'm going to go into bug toggle cam here, and we're going to fly around a little bit. The first thing I want to talk about is this area that's right up here. Now you guys will see the hedge off to my right, but what I want to talk about is the fact that they've started integrating some stuff up here. You can see that we have a weed right here, we have a dandelion right there, and we have another one right here. So if you were building a base up here or looking to build a base up here, you now have a couple weed stems that will allow you guys to build a base up here, which is really awesome. Okay, they've also added a couple of grass planks right to this area right over here, which is pretty neat because a lot of people were saying you had to go a long way in order to get grass planks in order to build on the pond. Well, they've gone ahead, they've listened to us, and they've fixed that. So guys, I would say go out and test that out. But the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, seeing that we talked about weed stems, is the next thing I want to talk about is sap collectors. Now, they've updated the sap collector to the point where it's going to produce one sap every 5 in-game hours. So, and it will hold up to 5 sap. It'll hold 1 sap every 5 hours and hold up to 5 at all times. So in 25 in-game hours, or 1 day more or less, give or take an hour, you can have 5 sap. Now, I found a really awesome place for you to put down a little sap collecting farm, okay, and that is right here underneath this leaf right here, because at the end of the day, if they add weather, it will be protected. If you want to build up a base, it's going to be protected. It's away from a lot of other things, so if you need to run somewhere to get items, this is a good place. You can build yourself this little bridge right here and a stair down into a small base if you use some palisades to wall this off, but this little uplifted route right here is awesome. You can put 2 to 3 sap collectors on each side, and with them collecting 5 a day more or less, every in-game day you're going to have 20 sap if you do 4, 25 if you do 5, 30 if you do 6, etc, etc, etc. So you could put a couple on each side, and then every day you could come and collect them. So this is a really cool place for a small outpost. Now, what I will mind you guys is that there are normally some wolf spiders that like to hang out in here. And yes, there is sap that comes underneath the tree, but I want to remind you guys as well that there are wolf spiders that spawn under this tree at night. So be careful. The last thing I want you guys to do is get eaten by a wolf spider just by trying to make a sap farm. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is acorn shells. Now, the new spiral stairs are unlocked for everybody who does the actual multi-story bases inside of the burgle chip that's inside where burgle is. If you unlock that, you will get the spiral stairs. It is now fixed. But you're going to need a lot of acorn shells. You're going to need like 8 acorn shells per. The cool thing about the acorns now, which you can get a lot of them from this area that's right over here, a lot from over in this area that's up here by those mushrooms, and all around the tree. But really those 2 spots are the excellent places along with this little area right here to get yourself some acorns. Now, what they've changed about them is that acorns now drop more than 1 shell per acorn broke. So if you're going through and you break a whole bunch of acorns, you can get anywhere between 2 and 4 acorn shells per, making it so all you need is 2 to 4 acorns in order to build 1 set of stairs. Now, the cool thing about that is that your grinding for acorn shells is going to go down a lot, and one of the best food items in the game is acorn pieces. So being able to eat all of those acorn pieces in order to keep your person fed, because if your food bar gets too low, your stamina halves and then you die shortly after that. So keep your person fed by going down and breaking out a whole bunch of acorns. Now, if you guys listen to some grinding tips that I gave you before the public test server came out, you guys would already have a bunch of acorn shells. That way you guys can make these stairs. But moving on to a reason why you want to build all these stairs, and yes, that is where the heck is the pollen. Okay, pollen is going to start spawning all over the flowers, but right now it is broken. A lot of you guys have reached out to me and said, Sim, make a video on where the pollen is. And I'm very sad to report that yes, it is broken right now. Before, the pollen was all over here underneath the flowers, right? It was in this area here. You guys can see there is no pollen on the ground over here. And then it was also right over here underneath all of these flowers. Now, what I will add is you guys will say, well, Sim, there is stuff at the top of the flowers. Just go up there and get it. Well, let's go up there and look, shall we? What ends up spawning up here, guys, is actually nectar. So you'll see little yellow nuggets that will spawn up here. For right now, that is nectar. That is not pollen. And what happens is these little bee guys come around and they take the nectar back over to their nest, where in the future they will be making honey. So some point there'll be honey in here. Maybe it'll be a harvestable, maybe it will drop to the ground, but right now there is no pollen over there. The other place that you could check is these flowers that are across the way, but like I would like to add is, once again, it's nectar that is on these little green, these little yellow things right here. This is nectar. This is not pollen. But this will sooner or later be pollen. Okay, so that's where these spiral stairs come in. Using these spiral stairs is an easy way in order to get yourself up somewhere. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are going to come out and say. Sim, bounce webs are way more efficient, they're way easier to build, and I get that, okay? But what I want to say is, if you're going to use the items from 7.0, using the spiral stairs is an excellent way to build yourself up to the top of these flowers. Because at the end of the day, it's not only going to be on the tulips that are over there and the hostas, it is going to be on top of these roses as well. And sooner or later, we are going to get rose thorns as well that's going to be harvestable from these guys. So building yourself up a small base that's up in between the roses not only would look cool, but will be practical down the line. So I would invite all you guys to go check that out. So that is pretty much all of the items that got updated, because at the end of the day, we got spiral stairs, we got the sap collector, we got the new flooring, and we got half flooring. But there's one piece that I did leave out, and that is the hanging firefly lamp. And as a lot of you guys know, in the public test server, the fireflies have been moved. They're here and they're over in this swamp now. They come every night. I've seen it in all of my saves. Every night they come back and they hang out. So fireflies are not a problem anymore. They're super easy to get to and they're super easy to kill. Just watch out for their goo attack, because it does still slow you and can kill you if you're not careful. Also, these mosquitoes are still annoying. Look at you sitting there being annoying. You don't even have your wings out and you're annoying. That's how annoying you are. Anyway, but guys, that is all of the time I have for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching to this point. If you guys did, put a comment down below saying I watched to the end, and I'll make sure that I heart the comment for you, because I always enjoy doing that. Make sure you guys leave me a comment down below of the thing that you're most excited for in the 7.0 update, because I personally am very, very excited about the spiral stairs and the half floors, because the amount of building changes you can make with just those two items is super crazy and super cool. So I'm very, very excited about all of that. I'll talk to you guys about things that I'm not excited in another video, but I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.